Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Are they?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
What do you do when raindrops fall on your head?
Nothing. Whimper.
You just Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. What important notification did I just get?
That was an intense sound.
I hate this. Instagram started doing these notifications where it will tell you if someone you follow commented on someone else you follow's
What?
post. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I barely even know those people.
Seriously.
Thank you for that very important interruption. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Logging Off podcast.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm currently eating probably like the last. We could probably scrape together one more plate if. Okay. You know what? Maybe it's a me problem. Stop. We could probably scrape together one more plate if we wanted to, but
Probably.
it's been a couple days and we're still. Who want to talk to me so bad?
Do not disturb her. She's so popular.
Popular. We're gonna be demonetized. Haven't seen Wicked yet.
Nope.
Was it good? I've heard it's like basically exactly the musical, but just like adapted to
Screen.
movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes sense with how much the two main characters love theater and love Wicked.
Sure. Yeah, I'm like,
You weren't interested in seeing it, and now you are.
I wasn't, and then I was, and then I'm not again.
What turned the needle?
Just the entire press tour.
I feel like I don't know what you've been seeing. I've seen a couple like interviews or like weird, like funny, semi-creative adverts, but I don't know what to think of these these media outlets are doing Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande so dirty by specifically posting clips of them tearing up, like almost with as little context as possible without to not make it obvious that they're just trying to farm this like, oh, Cynthia and Ariana cry every time they talk about Wicked.
Well, like what made me interested was like some of their like YouTube stuff that they did. Like the lie detector.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah, like seeing their like chemistry was cool. And then just seeing them do like the press tour, like with like actual media outlets instead of like, you know, YouTube bits or whatever. Like it was so cringe. I was like, I don't know.
I'll see it. We'll have to see it eventually.
Yeah.
I do want to see it in theater.
I mean, it's not that I'm like, if you said, hey, let's go watch it, I wouldn't say, no, I'm not going to go watch it with you. But like the desire for me to be like, hey, let's go to dinner and let's go watch it. Like,
So I got to set it up is what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then I will.
Yeah.
We're setting up for Christmas.
I'll be holding space for that.
You're holding space for me to to get some seats. Okay, cool. We decorated our house for Christmas. I knew I didn't have that many decorations, but honestly, we didn't have room to store anything more than like one carton.
Yeah.
One big crate of Christmas stuff. It was kind of crazy how quickly I emptied it and got it into the house. Like you're looking at probably a third of it right in front of you. But house is feeling very festive.
Yeah, very cozy.
Yeah, very cozy. It feels, what did you say yesterday? It feels more like a living room than it has since we moved.
Yeah, something
here.
like that.
Like
Yeah.
it just feels nice to be out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gearing up for the rest of the holidays and gearing up for something happening tomorrow. Actually, two things happening tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Thursday.
Oh, right. Yours is Thursday.
Yours is tomorrow?
Mine is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Well, they technically both launch on the 5th, right? Yeah.
What's today? The 3rd?
Today is the 3rd.
No. Excuse me. Marvel Rivals technically launches on the 6th.
Oh.
But on PST, it's actually on All America time. It's the 5th.
Okay, yeah. That's what's happening with Infinity Nikki, but it's one day earlier.
Whatever UTC is.
Yeah, UTC. Is it UTC -8 or something? Who makes Marvel Rivals? Is it a...
I'm blanking on the name right now.
Is it Overseas?
I think so.
Oh.
Because their UTC, it drops at UTC 0
UTC 0.
on December 6th, which I think is midnight. Whatever day
midnight.
that is. And then for us, that would be -8, so 4.
Okay, interesting. I guess I thought it would be an American publisher, but it's not. I want to know now.
I think it's a smaller company.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals publisher. Oh, NetEase. Yeah, okay. They're both Chinese. That makes sense. Both of the games that are publishing
Got it.
that we're playing are Chinese. So we basically already said it. But Infinity Nikki launches on the 5th, but on the 4th for US times, America times.
What time?
6 p.m. Yeah. Actually very EN friendly time. So I think they found the perfect... what time does Marvel Rivals launch?
4 p.m. on Thursday.
4 p.m. So that means it's launching on what, like 8 p.m.? I don't know. It's not that important, but I'm glad to see they both prioritized. At least didn't make it drop in like the middle of the night or like early morning for EN times.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. My brain is kind of fuzzy with all the things I have on the docket.
Yeah.
I'm actually under my microphone is a to-do list. Nothing has been marked off.
Nice.
So
solid.
Yeah, this is the start of some semi-new chapters for both of us, right?
Yeah. A return to streaming for me, hopefully. I'm planning on a stable return. So.
Yeah.
Genshin is dead. Bury it.
I think I've logged into Genshin like 3 times this month.
I think I've logged into Genshin 3 times this year.
I feel so strange about it.
Hoyo a lot more. I'm logged into Hoyo a lot more this. Honkai.
Honkai, yeah. I don't know. I talked about it enough. I don't know if I talked about it here, but I feel like I'm talking about it everywhere else. So I don't want to talk about it. I feel like I always just ebb and flow with games and with other content priorities that I have, because it's to other people, obviously, like the biggest footprint I've had has been in Genshin Impact and in like the early days of Genshin. So I understand that like some people perceive me as a Genshin Impact content creator, regardless of the fact that I haven't made like a normal Genshin video in probably a month and a half. So
you're in your Robert Pattinson era.
My Renaissance
rebranding.
Yeah, breaking out of my initial
Twilight.
my Twilight. Genshin Impact is my Twilight. Yeah, but some people, at some point, you just have to like let go of how you're perceived and like what categories you're put into online, and just like embrace whatever is pulling you within reason, So
yeah,
I'm excited Infinity Nikki is coming out, and I've been hardcore prepping for that game, putting out mostly short form. I think that's where I've actually let me not say short form, vertical, less vertical than horizontal.
Wait. Yeah, less vertical than... No, less horizontal than vertical.
Yes. Yeah, whatever I said.
Every time...
Whatever you said.
I think...
I mix it up almost every time I say it.
The way I remember it is horizontal, the horizon.
Right, that is what it's... Yes, the horizon. That is what it's supposed to be. Every time I have to flip something... This is so embarrassing. Every time I have to flip something in Photoshop, it's always like a gamble of if I'm going to flip it horizontal or vertical, or like flip it like this. I'm always like...
Mirror it or whatever.
Eeny, meeny, miny. No! It's a left-right thing. I feel like it's not, but I'm just going to put it in that category.
I mean, kind of is.
Left, right, up, down.
Yeah.
Up, down shouldn't really be a problem.
Directions.
It's directions. My brain just doesn't Doesn't like it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're the worst when it comes to that.
Extremely bad.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Right.
Maybe.
I love the skills.
The her co-piloting abilities are not great sometimes.
I like letting navigation apps do the passenger seat.
It's just so weird to me
duties.
because it makes perfect sense.
Right, and it should.
Like, and I just can't fathom how, like, it's not easy to grasp something so simple.
No, I know. I mean, if any of you are dyslexic, you may have had or have experience with this. I cannot commit left and right to memory. I never have been. I use tools like recall tools. Like I know my right hand is stronger than my left. So like I do this I'll do, I do this, but I don't know why I do it actually. Scissors. Yeah. For some reason, I actually have never really thought about it, but I do like a scissor motion with my index and middle finger. And that tells me which one is, I guess it's because that's
I guess if you
that's
had
what
like
I
a
use.
pair
That's
of
like my
scissors,
tool hand, right? Yeah, but left and right, it just doesn't like stick for some reason. Anything directional, even southeast, northwest, I struggle with that too.
Water.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Is it really? I would have said that way.
San Francisco that way?
Yeah,
No.
but not based on anything.
LA that way.
But it's because we're in our house. So when we're in our house, I have very little sense of direction of what's outside the house.
It should make even more sense.
Why?
Because you should know where the water is. Like,
I have to think and like kind of go like mind palace on it. Like I have to see the house and then I have to see beyond the house. And then I have to like see where the streets are and where the streets lead. And then I can figure out where the ocean is.
Like where the water is and where the mountains are.
Mountains are...
That never changes when we're inside the house.
You're so right. You're so right. So I just have to remember. I have to learn it and remember it.
Yeah.
So you're right. In a stable place, I should be better at it. Anyway, we work with the skill sets that we have.
I saw today this other comic book YouTuber. He posted on his Instagram. So actually, I'll just show you.
So on.
So mind you, it's December 3rd. Okay. And we live in SoCal. And they won't see this, but you will. This guy lives in upstate New York.
Wow. That's a lot of snow.
It's just like straight blizzard. Like,
oh my gosh.
And I mean, we could go to the beach right now.
Yeah, we could go to the beach. We could tan in swimsuits.
I mean, it's like, from what warm. I can, it's blue. Like,
we kind of live in paradise. Like where we live, it's one of the most like beautiful, temperate places.
Yeah, I'm looking outside.
And it's so chill.
And I see blue skies. Yep, like I don't really see clouds. So, and I think later this week it's going to be in the 70s. It's the first week of December.
Sometimes it's so expensive to live in California, but man, on days like today, it's just you just got to be grateful for it.
Yeah,
pay your taxes and shut up about it.
Man, maybe I'll like just drive to the beach and make a video and be like, "Hey, man, saw your video."
You should. You actually should. It's so funny. That's kind of mean. Depends. Depends if the person can take a joke.
I wouldn't. I mean, people like that. Like, you know, you choose to live out there. You choose to stay out there.
Yeah. You get... Well, New York is expensive, right?
I don't know about the, like, upstate.
Rural areas.
Yeah, rural.
I guess rural. It sounds like you're just saying for a really long time. Rural
California is scary.
Rural California. I can't say it anymore.
Rural.
I don't think I could stomach living in like a truly small town, like a small town where everybody knows each other. 'Cause I don't know. I visited my aunt and uncle or my godparents in Colorado, and she's taken me to like some really cool, quaint, like historic small cities, and then she'll just tell me some crazy story about like some brother who murdered his sister and like dumped a body and like people found it. It's like, I don't know, not to generalize, but something about small towns. I don't like being known by the people I live near. I want to be strangers. I think I would rather be strangers than be too familiar. There's probably pros and cons to both. Like I do like the idea of having friendly, neighborly relationships. We've met our neighbors here, but when we lived in apartments, I didn't want to know any of our neighbors. I wanted to be anonymous.
Yeah. What are you most excited for?
For Nikki?
Infinity Nikki.
Oh man. I think I'm most excited because I think unlike games with, I would say, mass popular appeal, like Genshin Impact, I think that's what made Genshin so powerful, is that it cast and still casts such a wide net. People who like combat, people who like open world exploration, people who like pretty characters, people who like tough, strong, well, maybe not super manly. We'll see when Varka comes out. Maybe Ito or like Alhaitham can fall into this category, but there's varying types of characters to play that people that might appeal to different audiences, right? And there's some adult grim elements and there's some kiddie elements. I think Infinity Nikki sets itself apart because while I wouldn't say that the marketing is restrictive, it is definitely targeted, and it is a game for girls through and through, and they have never hid that. And if I can give a little bit more like insider perspective, when I spoke with the Infold team or someone from the Infold team, when I saw them in person at PAX West, I had a rather long conversation with one of the reps about just that exact thing, and she told me that is a big priority in the just entire structure of the game. And what happened?
Sorry. Circa's making noise over there in the contraption that you made them.
Yes.
And then she walks out and she's got a ball in her mouth.
Where did she get that?
It's like a dog.
Yeah, she plays fetch, but only like a little
half
bit.
Fetch.
Half fetch. Yeah, we have these inner tubes that have like three outlets and then a hole in the middle. And I just brought out the Christmas expansion and one that I thought I had thrown away, but I hadn't. So now there's like a 3-piece tube plaything that they are really enjoying.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
Anyways, sorry.
It's okay. That was worth the interruption.
We can see it, but you guys can't.
Maybe if I'm nice when I'm editing, I'll take a picture and I'll show it to you.
She'll be nice.
All right, I'll be nice.
Girly pop.
It is, yes. Infinity Nikki is very unapologetically feminine. You cannot play as a male character. And there are male NPCs and there are male characters in the game. But it is a fashion game where you dress up a female model. And in the story, they make jokes that will really only appeal to girls. And like there was a joke that involved Nikki saying something like, "I wish for girls to never get cramps again." And I just was like, wow, that type of joke would never make it into a game that was trying to appeal to both male and female audience equally. And disclaimer, because apparently this bothers some people. Anyone can play Infinity Nikki, okay? But the fact remains, it is a game that is knows its target audience and is seeking out us very clearly. And I think that it will have a smaller audience than games that I've played in the past, but I think it will have a really tight-knit and strong community around it.
Well, I mean,
one that I want to
the
be
gaming
a part of.
space is so male dominated.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm sure that a majority of games are built with marketing to males and to, I don't know, whatever appeals to us, appeals to our ego or our pride or whatever.
Sure.
And so, yeah, to just have a game like that's like for the girlies.
Yeah. And I think I've seen a few content creators be like sponsored to try it out, sponsored to play it. And it's been interesting to see some people really get it and some people just not understand the appeal. But as soon as I saw what the game is actually like, I was like, oh, this is the culmination of so many things that I've loved. When I was a kid, Barbie games, Polly Pocket, dress up PNG, Lizzie McGuire games, all of these cheaply made Flash games and things that were for girls, so to speak, with in my youth. So to see something like that in the same vein, with the same target, be made with so much love, quality, and care, like it is meaningful.
For sure.
In the space. And it's nice to not feel like an afterthought in marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm thinking like Valorant is like appeals to both.
Yeah.
They have gun skins that are both like, dark, edgy, smoky, very much like dudes like love it.
Yeah.
And then they have like the anime kawaii, which I mean, I bought one of them. Like I think it's cool, but
the line's blurred. That's
obviously it's appealing to a specific demographic. But yeah, Valorant I'd say is one of those games that like appeals to both. Whereas like Call of Duty, while it does have a male and female audience,
you can tell who the target is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like Valorant will much more consistently like throw in more like kind of like a balanced appeal to both sides. But with Call of Duty, they'll just like randomly, I don't play Call of Duty, but like keep up with it. They'll like throw in like a random like skin here and there, but not as consistently as Valorant might do it. And yeah, Valorant, just by nature of the like characters, like you just you can appeal to a very specific type of person based on the character, like character design and abilities. And so, yeah, like a witty, like a character with like witty lines or something like that. You might appeal to somebody who's like kind of identifies with that a little bit more, where like that resonates. Or somebody like Omen, who's like more like in the shadows, dark, like that might appeal to somebody who kind of feels like that a little bit more. So most games
build
don't.
Great stories around their characters too.
Yeah, most games don't do that, and COD doesn't. Like they're not like, just by nature of the way that the game is designed, like every character is technically the same. Because there's no like specific abilities. It's just skins.
Interesting.
But then so with the Infinity Nikki, it's cool that it's just like, okay, like time to make space for girlies.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's a risk to make a game that's targeted at girls, because I think through games like, I mean, this gets us into like gotcha revenue and purchasing power and stuff, which is a bit of a different conversation. But it is a confident move to make a game that is free to play, that is specifically, not restrictively, but very clearly targeted at women. That is like it means something.
Yeah, for sure.
And to even put in jokes that might be even off-putting to male audiences, but will mean a lot to female audiences.
Yeah.
Like that, it's cool to see it.
Well, even like to go back to the Call of Duty analogy, there was that one streamer, I'm forgetting her name, but she was being accused of like cheating because she was so good and she was a girl.
Yeah, she's accused of like showing clips or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, like putting herself over someone else's gameplay.
Yeah, and it's like just like that just goes to show how like how much of a male dominated space.
Yeah, women can't even be good.
Yeah, right. Like
it must be a man actually playing.
And so that's like wrong for people to like assume that and not give her like her flowers for how skilled she is at the game.
Right.
But yeah, to now just be unabashedly you if you're a girl and like that, just like
if you're a girl and you like fashion, if you like and participating in things that are really feminine, if you also like cozy games and you don't really, if you're not that into the combat system or you want something that's different than like combat driven games that you've maybe played in the past, it's not games like Infinity Nikki are not it's not to say that girls don't like things like min-maxing combat or things like the competitive maybe skill-driven gameplay. But I think, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong about this, I think male players are more looking for games that have that competitive component. That combat component.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like it appeals to our ego and our pride.
Right. That's a generally, to generalize, that is a male trait.
Yeah, and I mean it's
more often than it is a female trait.
You have to generalize in these types of things.
You do. It's just real life.
And also that's just like marketing. Like,
right.
Like these games, these developers, they have to generalize and they have to break it all the way down and generalize from there if they're going to market to
right. They have to know their audience. They have to know what their tendencies are.
Right. So like of course, like there might be, a dude who like loves Infinity Nikki. There's like that's totally fine, but that's not going to be like embedded in the minds of the developers while they're creating the game. They have to think like, okay, what is our target audience? Like girls who love fashion.
Right.
People can come in and out of that, but this is who we're appealing to. If that appeals to anybody else beyond that,
great.
That's totally fine. But this is who we're marketing at.
Right.
And so, yeah, same with like all these shooters and competitive games. Well, not all of them, because obviously, an example like Valorant that does a really good job at like balancing and appealing to both. But
and neither is done in a half. Like no marketing angle is done in a half-hearted way. Like if they are targeting or building a certain archetype character, they do it all the way 100%, which is cool. Yeah,
you have to. Marketing is generalizing, stereotyping.
It is. It has to be.
Yeah.
And it's not always demographic based, but oftentimes it is. And that's why it's surprising to me that some people genuinely get upset at someone else for saying that this is a girl game. Like, it is a girl game. Well, that's not to say only girls can play, but like anything that is traditionally girly feminine, it is in Infinity Nikki.
Yeah.
And nothing is removed that is truly feminine to its core for the sake of appealing to a male audience. I think that's the key. It does not shy away from fully committing to that female audience and then obviously welcoming anyone else who wants to play. That's the big difference. And that's what I think makes it so special. So.
It's not wrong for girlies to have a game.
It's not. And if you don't like, every person is their own person at the end of the day. If combat is what appeals to you, then maybe Nikki's not for you. But also, people play a variety of different games all the time. Some games, you play one game that appeals to that competitive side, that skill-driven side, and then you have one game that you play when you want to unwind and relax and listen to a cute story.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Marketing is generalization. It has to be.
Yeah.
Or you can't learn anything.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm so excited that launches tomorrow for me, but it will have already launched for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday for you.
Yesterday for you. And also I'll probably be streaming it today and every day forever. At least for December. Okay. So that's me. And then we got Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
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 So what does that, this means a lot of things for you. Like bridging your comic content to gaming content.
Yeah.
And maybe linking your two channels together in a more definitive way.
Yeah. So I've spent the last almost 2 years now, I think. Sorry, this cough drop just cracked open.
I was going to say, I can hear it.
It just, and my sinuses are clear.
You can take a second if you want.
I've had this little itch in my throat for the last couple weeks, and it's just not going away. And I don't want to go to the doctor because I don't want them to tell me I have throat cancer. So,
because that happens. He has. It's not agoraphobia. That's not it. It's fear of the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
He is like that all the time.
Yeah.
One of our cats is sneezing. Kidney failure.
Dead.
Already dead.
Yeah, I spent the last almost 2 years now making comic book content over on Spro's Comics, and that's the name of the channel. And I've had a great time over there. Launched a podcast this year with Dara's dad, and it's been a lot of fun. I have missed streaming, but there's been nothing that I really wanted to stream. I mean, Valorant, yeah, but creating Valorant content is you either have to be really, really good and give people a reason to watch you so that they can learn from you, or you have to be really, really entertaining. And I just feel I'm neither of those.
You're just a chill guy.
Because I'm not trying to be I just enjoy playing it.
You're not a showman for clip farming and stuff.
Right. Yeah. So I enjoy playing it. It's chill. Anyways, so Marvel Rivals was announced a while ago. And then the beta was a couple months ago. And Dish was holding out on me for the 2 weeks that the beta was going.
Okay, so my team gave me a Marvel Rivals. Rural Marvel Rivals key for the beta. And I just kind of was like, oh, that's cool. But I never did anything with it. And then you brought it up. I was like, oh, I think I have a key.
No, I didn't just bring it up. I was like, oh, today's the last day of the Marvel Rivals beta, and I didn't get in. And she was like, oh, I have a key. And I was like, bruh.
You should have asked me about it earlier. I could have given it to you.
Could have played for 2 weeks. So I literally spent the 5 hours that was left in the beta.
That's so funny because I got sponsored to play the first Infinity Nikki beta, and it was also the last day that it was live. So I only got to play my game for 1 hour. Or no, 1 day. one day before it ended.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I played the game for like 5 hours straight before. I think it was even less than that. It might have been like 3 to 4, and then it ended, and I was like, well, I'll see you again in. It was
It's
like 2 or 3
depressing.
months.
I was actually so sad at the end of the last beta. I'm like, I don't know when this game is coming out. I'm just gonna have to. I've spent 20 hours playing this game, and now I just have to let it go, and all my progress just.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm big into comics. Obviously, I loved comics growing up. Obviously, grew up on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, so grew up loving Spider-Man. Love Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man. It's my favorite Spider-Man. And then the MCU starts when I'm like in high school. Well, technically Iron Man came out in 2008. But I remember when Avengers came out, I saw that movie like 4 or 5 times in the theaters.
That was a cultural reset.
Yeah, it was 2011, I think. Maybe 2012 when I saw it a lot. And yeah, so I never really tire of it. I just love it. So, Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 shooter, pretty much a mirror of Overwatch. And
But superhero.
yeah, but your favorite Marvel heroes.
Yeah.
They're launching with 33, and mostly the more popular ones. They have like a couple niche ones, but
There'll be more.
yeah, there's like a couple heroes that probably haven't been in the MCU yet, but I think most of the characters that they're launching have been in the MCU so far. But yeah, so if you like Overwatch is fun, but Overwatch isn't fun, if that makes sense. And if you play Overwatch, then you know exactly what I'm saying.
I just get overwhelmed when I watch it. It's so much sound. And the
Yeah.
bitrate usually sucks. So it's just like now noises and pixels.
Yeah. So the Overwatch game itself is the fun part, but Overwatch and Blizzard suck. So
I can understand that.
so it seems like this game is it had an incredible beta run, which is so rare.
True.
And I saw somebody yesterday tweet that if this game goes like this game has been so smooth so far, beta and then post beta with all its marketing and stuff, it truly might be one of the smoothest launches for a game. Like people are shocked at how smooth it's been. I saw some people tweeting yesterday that was like, there's no way. Like something has to happen on launch day. Which the thing that's going to happen on launch day is people are going to like queue times. Like that's
queue times.
That's going to be the thing. But
that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and that's expected.
Yeah.
But if queue times is the worst of it that we have on Thursday or wherever else you are in the world playing it, like that's pretty good. I grew up playing shooters, watching my dad play shooters. So that's kind of like Genshin like really broke that for me. So yeah, a shooter Marvel game, like sign me up.
Of course you're going to play.
Yeah. So today I'm going to go to my office and record a couple shorts giving you guys the history.
Ooh.
The comic book history of some of these characters. So
exciting.
Yeah, I made a spreadsheet last night of all 33 characters with their first appearance in comics and then whether or not I have that book or not. And so it's no biggie if I don't have the book because I can just show on screen. But if I have the book, then I can show you guys the book and then kind of tell you guys a little bit about their first appearance and then also break down their abilities in game a little bit and give you guys a nice like.
Yeah, that's kind of appeals to both.
Yeah, so
your audiences.
And that will be like the first content posted on my main channel since like Acheron.
Your gaming channel.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited for you.
And just like the only thing I need to do in my life realistically is to wake up earlier. But as soon as we lock that down, I am hoping that my schedule will be in a place similar to like when I was working a corpa job where like,
oh wow.
So if I could plan out my ideal day, right? There's 2 ideal days technically. Okay. Wake up, gym or boxing, whatever I've scheduled. Come home, lunch, clean up, go to the office for like 5 hours. So like hopefully like getting to the office by like between noon and 1.
Impressive. That would be very impressive.
Yeah. Go to the office for a few hours, get work done, come home, eat dinner, hang out, stream at like 7:30, 8 p.m., which is what I was doing when I was working in an office. Stream to the evening, like 11, midnight, go to bed.
Yeah.
That's ideal day number 1. Ideal day number 2. Same exact thing, except come home, watch movie with Buddy, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything would be my own, like my own job, where I'm my own boss in my own office. Yeah, so.
That's tough, but I believe you can do it. And it'll be...
I gotta sneeze.
Make sure you sneeze right into the microphone for all of us to hear.
I don't have to sneeze anymore.
Does your nose hurt?
It just got like tingly.
I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
But for now, it'll probably be wake up at noon, go to the office.
Yeah.
And then...
I think it will take you getting to the point of like not accomplishing what you want to do, like having ambitions that you can't meet with the time that you have or the energy that you have to make you.
Not the time that I have, the time that I'm giving myself.
The time that you're giving.
Yeah.
Right. That's when you'll realize, that's when you'll have the motivation for sure to like get to work. You okay?
Yeah.
Coughing?
I don't know why
Coughing, sneezing.
It hasn't been this bad. It's never been this bad or consistent.
Like in general, or you're just talking about right now?
Just right, like since we've recorded, like I feel like I've coughed a decent amount, and
Do you drink water?
Not too much today. I have some.
Oh, well, drink some water. Milk isn't great for your throat, or like coffee and
Yeah, that's true.
coffee latte, not great.
That might be my second sip of water today.
Oh, that's not good.
So, yeah. Overall, I'm excited. I think everybody's excited for the game. Just see what happens with it.
Yeah, I hope it's a good launch.
Overwatch has pretty much been dead for a while, but if this game really takes off, this could be like the nail in the coffin for Overwatch.
I hope it's not the nail in the coffin. I hope it's the thing that causes Overwatch to get back into gear.
They've
this
already
competition
tried.
is good. Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's still like people are still like, it's too late, bro. Like,
dang.
Overwatch switched from 6v6 to 5v5, and people don't like it because Valorant is 5v5 and like CS is 5v5, and people like the 6v6 aspect, so they changed it. I don't know if it was because Valorant was so popular and it was 5v5, but anyways, I got changed to 5v5. People didn't like it. They kept it around, even though people were complaining. Marvel Rivals gets announced. Marvel Rivals gets announced as a 6v6. Overwatch goes back to 6v6. So it's like now they're like trying to like
Oh boy.
go back and like
Blizzard.
undo. But
They're going to have to go like the nostalgia route. Like Fortnite did that.
Yeah.
They rolled back the old map and
I think Fortnite right now is the biggest it's ever been.
yeah, Fortnite is, I mean, it went from being super popular. I mean, this is from an outside perspective because I never really played. Super popular, and then it kind of was cringe for a while. And now it's back in like, you know what? Fortnite actually is awesome.
Yeah, I feel like people stop being like too cool for like
too
the
cool for
skins
Fortnite.
and like
It's great. I mean, it's a great game. It has mass appeal. It's easy to pick up. Like,
yeah, I don't play Overwatch a ton. Oh, I haven't played it in over a year. Obviously, I don't know where the game's at now. I just know like some of the updates they've made because of Marvel Rivals. But yeah, I don't know what they could do to fix it. And I don't get paid to think about that, so I'm not going to think about it.
no.
Yeah.
Only thing to hope for is competition because competition is good for everybody.
Yeah.
It's good for the consumer and it's good for the end product.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He's going to teach me Marvel Rivals at least a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll try to get into it.
Yeah. So this comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'll be live later today. Thursday, the 4th. The 5th?
The
4th.
Thursday, the 4th.
Today is the 3rd.
Today's the 3rd.
But you're watching on the 4th.
No, they're watching on the 5th. Because today's Tuesday.
Tuesday the 3rd. Yes.
They're watching on the 5th.
So you guys
Happy
are watching
5th.
this on the 5th. So later today on the 5th, I'll be live, twitch.tv/IamSpro, playing Marvel Rivals on launch.
Yeah.
So,
And I will probably be live playing Infinity Nikki and then playing Marvel Rivals with you.
yeah.
Unless you have a gang to play with at the start.
Nope.
I'm your gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Lots of new chapters, new starts, and hopes and dreams and ambitions. So I wish you luck.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. It's a very exciting getting prepared and seeing the game, seeing the potential, getting not only excited, but having that excitement turn into ambition and plans. And last night I was just reflecting on the goals that I set at the beginning of the game. I was like, this is where I want to be when the game launches. And while the route to get there and like the specifics of it changed a bit from that to now, I think I'm proud of like where I landed myself. I put out a lot of content. I got a lot of coverage on TikTok.
Yeah.
I have relationships with people at Infold. And I'm feeling very, very excited about now the game comes out and it's going to be like a whole new set of eyes, like ready to looking for answers, looking for guides, and looking for people who are streaming it and who are playing it and making videos about it. So yeah, just hope that the game is good on launch. Hope that that they fixed the optimization from the beta and that it has a strong launch. So wishing all of our luck and strength to the dev teams at both Infold and NetEase, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks
Appreciate
for watching. See you on Twitch.
See you on
YouTube. See you on TikTok. Bye.
Bye.
Logging off.